Hey friends, happy Monday morning. We are live on my Facebook page. Hi guys. Happy Monday morning to you. I love Monday mornings. I love Monday mornings. I love getting back to the grind. We have people finishing up brick in our house today and tomorrow, so that's super exciting. Don't know what that girl's doing. But I am here to answer some questions. I'm going to be looking this way because I have my PC on. And thank you guys for those of you who asked questions. And thank you, Christy Kreider, for being right there with the little top fan badge. Now listen, several of you guys, okay, let's start at the top. So many of you that follow me are business owners, and I just want to say, mwah, you are my peoples. We're right here. Okay, and so a lot of you, where's my glasses, by the way? Why can't I see anything? Crap. Oh, I took them upstairs to do my hair. Hang on. Hey, Noah. I forgot my glasses upstairs in the bathroom. Would you mind grabbing them for Mom? Sure. Thank you, Peanut. I love having teenagers. And so I did a post the other day and said, finally, I got the top fan feature on Facebook. Okay, so listen, here's how Facebook works for those of you who have a business page. They roll stuff out slowly to people over time. Thank you, top fan Megan Nichols. Because if they roll it out to all of us, all at once, imagine the chaos if things go sideways, okay? So for those of you who are mad that you don't have the functions first, listen, let Facebook get the bugs out with other people, okay? Number one. But you will get it. All the pages are getting this top fan badge. And so basically, I can't like pick those of you that are getting the top fan thing. I wish I could, because I have my favorites. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just like I have my favorite kid. No, I'm just kidding again. Just kidding again. Except there's always one that's easier than the others. And so Facebook, like, based on its algorithm-y, it gives you guys the fan badge if you comment, if you like, and you share. So if you want that little thing next to your name, baby, like, comment, and share this video. Okay. So I'm going to answer questions for you guys. And hi, Ellen. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Stacy. And if you asked a question this morning, I hope that you were here to listen to this, okay? So Penny Reed was first up. And Penny says, how do I get my business out there? Isn't that what we all want? I make jewelry. I have a Facebook page. I do Etsy, although it's very competitive. And my daughter's working on my website. What can I do in the meantime, though, to get myself out there? I missed your Creator's Roadmap course. It was also expensive, but I understand it would have helped. Yes, it would have helped, Penny, but I love you. And make sure you go to creatorsroadmap.com to get on the waiting list. So in terms of how do you get your business out there? Well, number one, this thing right here, you got to tell people about it, and that means you got to tell your friends. You got to tell your family, but you don't spam to death on your private Facebook page all the things you're doing on your business. Instead, you use your business Facebook page. So Penny, I don't know if you are or not. You said you have a Facebook page, so I assume that you are. And then you actually have to use that. So for those of you who are like, Facebook doesn't show our stuff to anybody. Well, it actually still does. I mean, it's still the greatest free marketing on the face of the planet. Yes, less than 10% of my page sees any of my posts on any given day, but that still means that one of my posts will be seen by 30,000 people. And 10 years ago, if I had wanted anything to be seen by 10,000 people, I would have had to have paid for a billboard. I would have had to put stuff in the yellow pages. How many of you remember what that was? I would have had to advertise in a magazine. I would have to send out mailers. Come on, somebody give me a yes and an amen. So I want you to really watch your words as a business owner, especially when it comes to things like Facebook, and because the complaining don't help. So think of Facebook as a chess game. They're gonna move their little thingy, you're gonna move your little thingy. They're gonna move their little thingy, you gotta move yours. So what Facebook's basically doing is they're constantly moving their little thingies. I don't even know what the guys are called. Okay, the little men, the little marble statues. And so you as a marketer, because that's what you are if you have a Facebook business page, you've gotta figure out how you're gonna move after they do. So Facebook's saying, we want Facebook Live. So Penny, if you want to get your stuff out there, you go live just like this. You do it in your makeup, you do it without your makeup. You do it when you're on the beach, you do it when you feel like it, you do it when you don't feel like it. Facebook Live is the #1 way to get more reach. I can tell when I haven't gone live in 3 or 4 days because literally my page takes a dump. That sounded terrible. A dive. Let's say, I've got 13-year-old boy humor because we had a bunch of 14 and 13-year-old boys at our house. Okay, my Facebook page does not take a dump, it takes a dive. It takes a dive on my reach, and I can tell because I haven't gone live. And I'm like, I gotta taste my own medicine. I gotta take my own advice. So number one, you're gonna go live, Penny. Number two, you're gonna start paying for Facebook ads. And I know what you're gonna probably say, a lot of you, girl, I can't afford Facebook ads. Well, when you're first starting out in business, the temptation is to take everything you make and, to do things like pay off bills, buy a new pair of shoes. Look, I get it. Take a family vacation. I get that too. But one of the things that I feel like I did really well in the first years of being online and disciplined online, because my Facebook page is, I think, 9 or 10 years old, but I've only been disciplined for 4 or 5 years, is that the money that I was generating from my painting videos, I just put it right back in the business. I was doing Facebook ads. I was paying for help. I wasn't taking the money and spending it, although I would have liked to. And so if you can, and you should be doing Facebook ads, Facebook ads, Facebook ads, Facebook ads. It's marketing money. It's a tax write-off. It's the cost of doing business, you guys. If you were to go right now and take your vehicle to one of those places where they do those car wraps, that's gonna cost you money, right? Instead of doing that, friends, put that money in a Facebook ad. If you were gonna try to advertise with your local kids, soccer tournament, and they're gonna hang up this big poster that's gonna say Susie Q's painting business. I mean, that's precious, and I love that you can spend the money to, support your kids' soccer league, but spend that money on Facebook ads. It's the very best way for you to get in front of the most amount of people. Yes, Mary Alina, Facebook ads are actually very affordable. They're very affordable. And Penny, it is unfortunate, but you do have to spend some money to make money. You're absolutely right. Because if you want to be treated as a legit business, some of you are going to have to just make this leap in your head. Okay, so make this leap with me. I'm right here with you. I'm going to have to spend some money to be a legit business. I'm going to have to actually set my business up with the state. I'm going to actually have to pay taxes. I'm going to actually have to spend some money on marketing. These are the things that legit businesses do. And I think so many times as small business owners, we want the results of a big business, but we don't want the expenses of any of them. We want it just to be pie in the sky and it somehow show up. And the truth is you still have to pay for some stuff to get the results that you're wanting. Okay, so I love you guys. I love you so much. All right, Laura Rodriguez says, we aren't making sales, why? And Lisa Allam says ditto. Okay, so in my inner circle, they know that I have a saying that there's 4 things that control if you're making sales, okay? Are you selling the right thing to the right people at the right time and for the right price? Okay, I think that's tweetable. All right, let's go through them again. So Laura, are you selling the right thing? Because let's say you love underwater basket weaving. Okay, if you are holding underwater basket weaving classes, I don't know that there's a huge market for that. So if you're not getting sales, you need to look at the thing that you're selling. Maybe it's not what people want, okay? So, it's one of the 4 things or more than one that are usually struggling. So are you selling the right thing to the right people? So let's go back to your underwater basket weaving. If your audience is people over 60, they're probably not interested in doing a class where they're staying underwater. And so are you selling it to the right people? All right, if you are on Snapchat trying to sell something that usually people over 40 buy, you're not selling it to the right people. Does that make sense? Know where your people are at. So the right thing to the right people at the right time. All right, so the right time means in the middle of summer, it's harder to make sales online. It just is, you guys, because business, it would be nice if business just went like this all the time, right? But the truth is business goes like this. And hopefully it takes some bigger these than this, but during the summer, everything dips. You dip, I dip, you dip. That's a little song. That's some 80s rap. The summer months, everything takes dips. Your page views on your blog are going to take a dip. Your social media engagement's going to take a dip. And your sales more than likely are going to take a dip. And so if you are trying to sell more in the summer, think about your ideal client. Are they even home? Because my ideal client is taking vacations right now. She's got kids that she's doing school shopping for. She isn't really thinking about decorating her house or getting any additional coaching right now because she's trying to kind of cut back a little bit during the summer months. She's a business owner that's been in a lot of my coaching groups, and she knows that there are seasons where we take our foot off the gas on certain things to rejuvenate ourselves and to come back and kick ass in Q3. Okay? So just so you know. So is your ideal client, is she vacationing? Is she buying last minute school supplies? Is she just trying to get her kids enrolled in high school with all the freaking forms online? For the love of God, does anybody know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, like, what has happened to the way we enroll our kids in school? It's just, it takes an act of God to get it done. And so if that's what your ideal client is doing, the reason she's not buying right now is because she just spent a bunch of money on Amazon Prime Day, but now she's checked out mentally again until August 15th when her kids go back to school. Now give her through the end of August to kind of situate herself mentally and to be like, okay, I'm back into a routine. The kids are in school. They're dressed. They're out the door. Nobody killed each other. I'm rocking it. Then is Labor Day, the last lake hurrah, and then she'll be back to spending money. Does that make sense? So you've got to sell the right thing at the right time to the right people and for the right price. So Laura, I don't know what it is that you're selling, but check those 4 things. Those are the 4 things that contribute to sales. So Elsa Cardona says, and she's a top fan, by the way. Thank you, Elsa. What % do I spend on marketing, and how much do you invest back into your business through learning, through courses, through coaching? This is a great question, Elsa. I don't have a percentage. Like, it's not like I'm saying to myself, well, I have not spent enough this year on self-development, so I'm going to need to do that. However, I was out for a jog this morning, and we're going to call it a walk jog, because I'll be 47 next week. It's been 2 years since my last triathlon, and I haven't been able to run a lot because donuts, IT band issues, and laziness. And so I'm out on my walk jog this morning. I did make it almost 2 miles without walking, and I was thinking about business and life and the pursuit of happiness, and I was thinking, okay, I'm speaking at a lot of events coming up. I'm speaking in Nashville. I'm speaking in Fort Lauderdale to my own mastermind. I'm speaking in Tampa after the first of the year. Where else am I speaking? I can't remember off the top of my head. But in my head, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to a lot of events where I am speaking. However, am I doing enough on the second half of the year to feed myself? Because we can't pour out of an empty vessel. And so it's interesting, Elsa, that you would ask that. It's not a percentage for me on what to spend on marketing or how to invest back into my business in terms of learning, but it's more of a, what do I know that I need for my own sanity? So for some of you, I would suggest just looking at your business. In terms of marketing, honey, if spend as much as you can afford on marketing if the marketing produces dollars. Okay, marketing just to spend money on marketing, like just send it to me instead, okay? Because that's not smart use of our money. But if the marketing is getting more people into your sales funnel, if it's getting you more sales, if it's getting people more on your email list, if it's getting you a bigger pot of people to sell to on Facebook, then spend that money every day of the week. And when it comes to investing into yourself, your business, you are the only gauge of that. There were many, many years when I was in a season, Elsa, of life with small kids. Listen to this. This is for somebody, okay? And my focus was my family, and which it still is. But the dynamics have changed now with teenagers, okay? So there was a season when I didn't want to, it's not that I couldn't, take time and spend money away from the family on self-development and learning. There was a season when I knew my focus is on poopy diapers and kids at the park and supporting my husband. There was a season that I knew that that was what I was supposed to do, and my business took a back seat, okay? During that season, I didn't spend a lot on self-development. I didn't spend a ton on marketing. But when the seasons shifted, okay? Oh yeah, where's Noah with my glasses? Noah! Thank you, Cindy. Cindy Wollenhouse is my community manager, also helping to keep me sane. Where are my glasses? For the love of all things. And so, Elsa, I don't think that it's a percentage. It's a, what can we afford? Hey, Noah's supposed to be getting me my glasses out of the bathroom. I can't even hardly see, but I love you. teenager number 2. So don't look at it as like there's a formula, because everybody's formula is going to look different. There are seasons when I can spend way more on marketing than other times. There's seasons when I push hard on the gas on my Facebook ads, and there's other times when I back off. And so, Elsa, look at your own business, and instead of thinking that there might be a formula, I want you to look at what's worked for you in the past, what your goals are, and the season that you're in, okay? Hi, honey. Thank you, precious flower. You're my favorite. You know you're my favorite? I love you too, honey. Okay, bye. I love teenagers. Except when I want to choke them out. But otherwise, I love my teenagers. Okay, awesome. All right, so hang tight here. What was the next question? The next question is from Kylie Gross. No, Kylie Ghost. Sorry, Kylie, you're not gross, you're Ghost, who's also a top fan. How do you feel about the shop portion on Facebook? Yes, please. I was thinking about using it until I get a website. Yes, please. Get people familiar with it. Yes, please. Can I tell you one thing even better though, Kylie? Okay, so the shop, I get all excited. The shop section of Facebook is fancy schmancy, okay? It's great, it's whatever. But don't forget Pinterest. Don't forget Pinterest for those of you that have a shop. Man, Pinterest is a search engine. Pinterest is a Google. It's a prettified Google. That's not even a word. It's a gorgeous Google. Okay, so when I'm looking a lot of times for stuff to buy, I don't go to the Google. I don't necessarily buy a lot from Facebook. Here's where I buy a lot. I'm flipping through Instagram and swipe up for these jeans, and I'm like, every stinking time. Who else is guilty of buying stuff because of Instagram stories, right? Totally. Okay, who else will be on Pinterest and suddenly you'll see like a sponsored pin for a gorgeous dress that wraps around and it's florally and then before you know it, you're pushing on it, you're landing in their website and you've got a cart full of clothes. So don't forget that, Kylie. Go ahead and do the Facebook shop, but don't forget Pinterest and getting to 10,000 fans on Instagram so you can swipe up and people can go directly to your website. Also, you have one other question that I want to tag on to here, just between you and I, Kylie. Okay, so Kylie says, I'm wanting to have a cute online shop only because you're smart. Because you're smart. And online stores are a fraction of the work of brick and mortars. Is it okay to sell items even though you haven't made them in conjunction with what you make? Yes. Like a real store. I can find really good deals, like cheaper than wholesale. Is this okay? Kylie, if you need permission from someone, let me be your permission granter and tell you, honey, that is not only okay, that is smart business. If you only sell things that are handmade, homemade, whatever, that is hard to keep production up with that stuff. It is fine to add some wholesale stuff in. Now, I guarantee you what you're scared of. You've seen the people on some of the Facebook groups, I won't point out which ones, and they get upset with certain shows on certain channels like HGTV. I won't say which ones because people don't always have everything handmade because they buy wholesale. I'm not gonna say which ones. So I know what you're afraid of. You're afraid of people like that who are gonna be like, well, you didn't make this candle, you bought that wholesale. I mean, honey, who cares? Who cares? So absolutely, there is sometimes more profit off that wholesale stuff than there is off the handmade. So Kylie, if you need permission granted, girlfriend. You mix and match that crap however you want to. Listen, I'm going into my inner circle today to talk to them about not looking to the left and not looking to the right. Because so often when we're setting up our business, we're like, okay, I don't see anybody else like doing it this way. And so then I'm a little nervous, like, is this highly frowned upon? Is it because it's gonna be a failure? Why is nobody else doing this? Are they gonna not like me because I'm doing it this way? And possibly all of those things will happen. But here's what I know that when God gives you ideas for your business, it's for you. Because he created you the very way that you need. He gave you all the things that you need to do business in the way that he wants you to. And it's not gonna look like anybody else's. Your business is not going to look like anybody else's, and it shouldn't. And the way that you will be set apart is when you set up your business based on divine inspiration instead of how you see everybody else doing it. Now, that's worth a heart and a preach and an amen and all the things. Thank you, Tracy Snyder. And thank you, Perch and Patina, for being an inner circle. So what I want you to do, Kylie, because I have a feeling, Kylie, I'm just looking at your profile picture, and something about your picture makes me want to kind of go into a little bit of like Christian mode here, okay? So just go with me, Kylie. Kylie, when I look at your picture, I see someone that doesn't like doing it the way everybody else does it, but you've been told that you need to. And you're feeling like if you go out of the box that things are not going to be successful because you've been conditioned to do it the way everybody else is. And when I look at your picture, I've got chills right now. My hairy arms are standing straight up on end. Kylie, when I look at your picture, God's got something totally different for you, girlfriend. He has something completely special in mind. And everything you need, Kylie, to be successful in that business is already within you. So do yourself and me and everybody else a favor that's waiting for you to be brilliant in business. And do it the way God's inspiring you to do, because it's special. It's not like everybody else's. It might have wholesale, it might have handmade, it might have underwater basket weaving. Who knows? Who knows, Kylie? But when you have an instinct, I want you to follow that thing, because God gives you that instinct to help you to be successful in business. And that's going to take you so much further than any advice from me or any course you can take or any training that you can do, girlfriend. So you already have divine inspiration, and I would be all over that like stink on poo. Yes and amen. Okay. Kylie's got a big future. Kylie goes. If somebody knows her, please tag her here. Okay, Yvonne Morrow says, how do I zero in on what business I should be doing when I have various interests and talents? Yvonne, you sweet thing. All right, Yvonne. This is where all of you creative people need to share the video so that you have it later on to go back and listen. Because all of you creatives are thinking to yourself right now, I totally know what Yvonne's saying, because I too am multi-passionate. Listen, Linda. Okay, so when God decided he was going to make you creative, Yvonne, he didn't just say, I'm going to give her creativity in the area of sewing only. That's not how it works. So Yvonne, it's very possible that you're interested in sewing, but you can also decorate a bedroom like a ninja. You also might be really good at, putting plants together, but people come to you to paint stuff and make jewelry. And oh, by the way, somebody just asked if you'll bake them a dozen cupcakes for a birthday party. Because when you're creative, it's like, it's not just in one area. You know what I mean? And so here's what happens. We get trapped into our own head as creatives. And you creative people, I want you to back me up here. We get stuck in our own heads because we're like, there's so many things. There's so many things that I'm kind of good at. And it makes you feel like a little bit like, kind of good at a lot of things. So Yvonne, you might be feeling like that. And then when you feel like, okay, but now you got to pick for a business, this is where creative people need to really listen up. When you tell a creative person to pick, she wasn't designed to pick. So you're telling her to pick one thing, and instead she's internally throwing elbows, because ain't anybody going to put baby in a corner. Ain't nobody going to tell a creative person they can only do one thing. If you were designed to do one thing, you'd still be working at corporate America in a 9-to-5. Amen, right? So Yvonne, I know that we need to kind of like hone in on a couple of things, okay? So don't be doing 20, but pick the couple that you would do even if nobody paid you. Do the couple that your last 10 text messages from friends asked you about. Do the couple that you see that there's really a market for, like hone in on those. But if you brand yourself, Yvonne, you can do any of it at any time. And it's not going to be like nobody understands, because Yvonne is multi-stinking talented, and Yvonne doesn't have to choose because she's creative on all the things. Get a couple that you can become known for. Here's what I want you creative people to know, Yvonne and everybody else. Just start. Just start, baby doll. I'm telling you what, the starting is the hardest, and if you can do the starting, you will figure the crap out. I love how, who is it that says this? Is it Marie Forleo or Chalene Johnson? Everything is figure outable, but the starting is imperative. So pick the one, because sometimes we stall because we're like, oh gosh, can't decide. So I'm going to, think about it until I decide. And then 6 months go by and I'm still trying to decide what thing to start with. And in the meantime, 10 businesses have already popped up in your area, or in that industry, or in that niche. And so you're still thinking, and other people are like, screw it, I'm just throwing my hat in the ring. So Yvonne, Pick one, babe, and start with it. Just go. You've got a whole online community, especially if you're in one of my coaching groups, that we will cheer you on, but you will figure it out as you go. My business looks so different, you guys, than it did 17 years ago. And it looks so different. Like about 10 years ago, I decided I didn't want to do some of the stuff that I'd been doing 17 years ago. So I got rid of that stuff. I chucked that out the window. 4 years ago, I decided, you know what? We're no longer traveling across town. I'm no longer doing jobs less than $600 for a faux finishing job. I'm no longer delivering furniture. Like, you change and shift as the industry and times, and most importantly, you change. So your business will look completely different in 2 years, Yvonne. The important thing is for you to start, girl. Hi, Kim Schenkel. Thank you for being a top fan. Okay. All right, so Dawn Ross Guillory says, after Creator's Roadmap, she took my class. Thank you for that. You were doing all the things in your painting business. Then God suggested you did an online Bible study. Yay, you, Dawn. So you got a website for it, but in order to run ads for your launch, you did a Facebook page. You have 0 followers because you haven't promoted it. But is it too soon to go live from that page to talk about it? And the page is called Living a Word-Filled Life. Notice how I'm giving her a shout out. Living a Word-Filled Life. So all of you who love Jesus and are interested in Bible studies, I want you to go like Dawn's page. Okay, so Dawn, why do you have 0 followers on that page? I'm going to sneeze, y'all. Oh, hang on. I want you just to know that I have all the things here. With the brick that they're putting in our house, we have lots of dust. And apparently it makes me sneeze a lot. And so ain't nobody got time to be sick before they go on vacation, by the way. So prayers appreciated for me to be feeling a little bit better. I spent a lot of the day yesterday sleeping. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I'm running a low-grade fever. Or I'm having a hot flash. Somebody feel my forehead. Okay, what was the question? Oh, you have 0 followers, Dawn. Okay, so Dawn, here's what happens. Sometimes we start the thing, right? And we're like, I took Jen's advice. I started the stinking Facebook page. And then all of a sudden we go into fetal position, sucking our thumb in a corner. How many of you know what I'm talking about? I have done this, you guys, 100 times in my business, both figuratively and emotionally, where literally I just want to hide under the covers and suck my thumb because it's scary. So Dawn, here's the good, honest, goodness truth. Your painting business was easier than a Bible study. And you want to know why? Because the Bible study part of it is much more vulnerable than the painting piece. No offense to the painting piece. When I made the shift from a painting business to an online business coach, man, those vulnerability monsters, they reared their ugly head. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, who the heck am I? Who's going to listen to me? What do I even know? I mean, all of that stuff I know sounds ridiculous. I've got 2,000 people I coach every month. But in my head, I was thinking, nobody's going to sign up for this. Nobody's going to do it. And there were times when even I would go weeks without talking about my coaching group or what I knew about business because I felt so vulnerable. Will you let me just sneeze? Don't go anywhere. There is nothing cuter than blowing your nose on camera. I'm so sorry. I was not going to not be with you guys today, even with allergies, cold, whatever's happening to my head. Okay, so Dawn, I know that it feels more vulnerable, the Bible study piece of it, but listen, girlfriend, you have something to share that people need. And I want you to shift something in your head, okay? So I want you to shift from thinking, this feels big, hard, and scary, so I'm not going to talk about it, because you should already have all of your personal friends as followers on your business page. My guess is none of them even know about it yet. So I'm going to hold your feet to the fire, Dawn, and because you've been in one of my coaching clients, you know how I roll, okay? You know I talk about this in Creator's Roadmap. Somebody's got to hold people's feet to the fire sometimes, so I will do that for you. So I want you, having gone, yes, live on that Facebook page by the end of the day, but I want to make sure you're doing a personal post on your personal page saying, hey, friends, I felt inspired to start a Bible study. This is what it's about. This is how you can follow along. I would love it if you came and followed my page and tell your friends. You could have 200-300 followers by the end of the day today. Okay, Dawn? We love you. You've got great things to share with the world. And the last part of your question is thank you for all you do, Jennifer. For us creatives, you're a blessing for sure. But Dawn, listen, you've got an incredible mantle on your life. And I don't want you to take that lightly. And so I think sometimes we get stuck because we're wondering if we're equipped, and God's already given you all that you need, sister. So start the thing, okay? Roll that out to the world. You have women waiting on you. And I know that that can feel heavy, me saying it to you, but your delay is also delaying freedom for other people. That's a word for you, my friend. So bless you. Okay. Tanya Henson says her business is good. Hey, girl. That's awesome. I have an issue with expanding beyond your town. You can create looks for other schools, and what I do is not done anyplace else. Okay, so business is good, but you have an issue with expanding beyond your town. Facebook ads, babe. Facebook ads. I don't know what your business is, Tanya, but do Facebook ads with a 50-mile radius, or do Facebook ads to a certain big town that you live close to, or do Facebook ads for the person you're trying to attract, or go online. Go online. And then you don't have to worry about expanding beyond your town because you're expanding everywhere. Expanding everywhere, just like my waistline. And that's why I had to start running again. Okay. And my dog is barking. All right, what do I have left for time here? I've got a few more minutes. Okay. 1 second. Lisa Allen says, you've had virtually no sales since you merged different parts of your business. Also, the same time a family member was hospitalized. Grace to you, Lisa. You're considering separating your businesses again, or should you keep pushing until it goes? It's been months of dryness. You do custom event services and custom event products. So those to me sound like one thing. They sound like one thing. And if you have no sales, Lisa, I would go back to the beginning of this video where I talked about selling the right thing to the right people at the right price and at the right time, because those are the things that contribute to sales. And so people may not be real certain, Lisa, what it is that you do. Like, I would love to see your website and your sales page. And hopefully it's crystal clear to the people that land there what type of services that you have and what type of services that you offer. Because sometimes I think we try to get fancy and make, you know, catchy little phrases and things, and people will be like, I don't know what she does. I don't know what Lisa does. And so grace to you because you've had family hospitalized. That trumps anything business related. You will never get to your deathbed one day, Lisa, and think, I wish that I'd pushed harder on my business and not spent time with that family member. That will never happen. So good for you for pulling back on the business side of it. But I would not separate them. It's way too hard to have multiple Facebook pages, multiple Instagrams. Ain't nobody got time for any of that crap. Do one and do it to the very best of your ability. Lisa's in my inner circle. Lisa, I want you to post a question in the inner circle then, girlfriend. And I want you to post like one of your sales in the inner circle where we can all go and look at it for you. And you can go ahead and put in there so that the post is put it through. And Cindy Willenhouse, my community manager, is on here. Jennifer said to post this, and I want you to post in inner circle what it is that you're trying to sell, and you can get feedback from all 1,500 of us in there, okay? All right. Okay. Shanna K. Fancher says, you plan to launch an online photography course and an online Photoshop editing course this year, and you need ideas on what website to use for hosting it on. I would always suggest WordPress. WordPress, low battery. You need a place to host videos and probably a membership site too. Okay, don't worry about any of that yet. I don't want you worrying about any of that yet. I want you to worry about getting your courses going, a place to host videos. So we use Vidler. We are considering a switch to Vimeo. So those are great places for your videos to sit. You can also use YouTube and make the videos private. And then later you can worry about a membership site. I'm gonna do one more question here. Okay. So Jake and Christy Kreider, they are in my inner circle. Christy's a top fan. She says she's getting organized is her biggest hurdle. They moved almost 2 months ago. She still feels like everything's everywhere. Honey, we moved 5 months ago and everything is still everywhere. You're just getting a system down with the business. It's keeping us in the overwhelmed stage of life right now. Okay, so Christy, if I remember correctly about your situation from you being one of my coaching clients also in the inner circle, you retired Jake from his day job, so you're both working full-time on the business. I believe that you have small kiddos. Your business is exploding. and you just moved. So that's a whole lot of things, okay? That's a whole lot of things. You probably are going to be overwhelmed for just a minute, but here's what I would suggest to you. Find someone the opposite of you, Christy, because Christy, you are a dreamer, you're a visionary, you are a goal setter. You are not scared to try all the things, okay? But you need somebody who can come behind you and situate the things. Because it's possible, Christy, you're a little bit like me in that you're a little bit of a bulldozer because you have the big picture, you have the big ideas, you have the big dreams, all right? But sometimes the bulldozing creates a lot of chaos around us. So, you know, I thought it would be a great idea to go ahead and move into the house and do a complete home construction at the same time that I was launching Creator's Roadmap, for instance. Not my wisest move. I mean, that's 3 major life things that I did all at once. So the only thing that kept my sanity, Christy, is a team around me. So you need people to come in. You don't need for them to be hired on a full-time basis. What about college girls that are home from college right now who literally just want $50 to go spend at Forever 21 to get jeans that are adorable? Okay, so what about them? Could they come in and unpack some boxes for you? Could they come in and watch the kids so that you can do some things? Can some of them do the orders? Can some of them be doing the mailing? You don't need to do all of that stuff anymore, and you shouldn't. There will be times in your business when you up-level, okay? Everybody needs to listen to this. There are gonna be times when your business up-levels, and you need to remind yourself you can't take, sorry, I'm deleting here. You can't take all the old stuff into the new season. So sometimes that means people, sometimes that means parts of your business, but you're requiring a shift right now for your sanity's sake, Christy. So bless you, girlfriend. You've got a great problem to have because you're so busy, which is awesome. So, all right, that's all the questions I have time for. I just had to look. I just had to look at the time. I've got 9 minutes before I need to show up in my mastermind and do a coaching session for them. So thank you guys for being here. And thank you, Lindsay, for thinking my shirt is cute. It was from Stitch Fix in my last box, and I loved it. So, oh, you're so welcome. Thank you, ladies. You guys are amazing. I'm sorry I didn't get to answer a lot of your questions live, but when I ask the question on my page once a week or so, I try to do this just to ask me anything that's business related. Like, respond to that. Sometimes I think it's just one person giving you one word. I can think of so many different times when I had one person whose business was ahead of mine who just gave me, like, just even in passing, like a casual word, right? Just casually said something, but it did something deep in here that changed everything for me. I can think of so many different people who spoke just a word of encouragement or gave me one piece of practical advice to get me over a hump. And I want to be that person for a lot of you. And we may never meet in real life, but we can meet here all the time. So bless you guys. Thank you for sharing this. I appreciate it. Erica, I'll be live in the Inner Circle this afternoon. I'm going with my mastermind group in just a few minutes, and then I will be in the Inner Circle doing a little impromptu coaching this afternoon, okay? All right. Bless you guys. You're amazing. Appreciate you so much.